Brodes Media.
But I like what Pat Beverly said about wanting James Harden to be here, because he's absolutely right. So I'll read you some of the quotes. Players are here to play. That decision is definitely above my pay grade. But you can't redo a James Harden. So hell yeah, you want him here. Hell yeah, you want him in the locker room. Hell yeah, you want him at the first day of practice. One of my decisions coming here was because James Harden was here. So I hope he stays. Hope that everybody can kind of work something out and put that behind us and kind of move forward. I think it's important. Let's package that up with what Rachel Nichols had with Joel Embiid a couple of days ago. He was asked about James Harden and the current spot of the team. Let's take a listen.
How did you feel when James told you or someone told you that he wanted to be out of Philadelphia?
Disappointed, but then again, I also understand, it's business. People make decisions, and and I'm more appreciative of the way he's handled the whole situation. We're gonna be boys forever. Want him to come back, obviously, so we can go out and accomplish what we want, which is to win a championship. So hopefully that his mindset can be changed. But other than that, I'm just so happy to be. It's fun. We close and we've grown since he got here, and that's what I'm excited about. And I'm excited to keep that friendship for the rest of our lives.
I love his answer. I don't think there's any problem with it. I don't want to hear the debate that that's not a leader. He said he's still friends with him, and, he's disappointed. There should have been a different viewpoint from him. No, what do you want him to say? You got to remember that this NBA, okay, it's a community. It's a brotherhood. And if James Harden, from a business standpoint, expresses his feelings, and Joel Embiid says, what do you want me to do? I mean, there's guys who want their bag, there's guys who want this, there's guys who want that. Who am I to judge on the way you're handling your profession? Now, we would love, in theory, for everyone to be about winning a championship. That's it. The money is secondary. The place you're living is secondary. Family secondary. Party secondary. It's not how it goes. There's a ton of humans, and these humans have different scales on what's most important to them. And when you've been in the league as long as you have, there's a ton of different personalities. Some not having the greatest skill set in basketball in the world, and others being one of a premier talent. James Harden happens to fall in that category, and I think Joel Embiid handled this publicly the best way he possibly could. He's disappointed, but they're boys. What do you want him to do? There's nothing he can do. He can't sit there and scream and call him out, because if he truly wants him back, I don't think that that's going to get on James' good side. So you just handle it like a professional and you keep moving, and if you can convince him and have Daryl Morey have his input in it too, let's just see where this goes. But I don't see there being any sort of positives or any sort of value if he just ripped James Harden right here. So I don't get it. I don't know what he wants. What more can he ask for? I'm an MVP. I'm one of the best in the league. I'm the best center. We have a fucking awesome two-man game. We're bringing in Nick Nurse, who has won a championship. Let's go. I mean, that's just being too noisy. I think that's somewhat inevitable. I think that's somewhat obvious. I don't think James Harden needs to hear from Embiid talking to Rachel Nichols that Joel Embiid feels that strongly about it. I'm sure that that's already been discussed. That's already been talked about. Those two have already sat down and sort of hashed out everything that they possibly could. I don't think they have to hash out anything. That normally signifies that there's something wrong and there's something to talk through. I don't think that's the case, but yeah, Joel wants him back, and that's okay. And I think he took a shot at Ben Simmons there, talking about the way James has gone through this process. I'm going to try and find it. I don't know exactly where it's at. He said disappointed. Then again, it's the business. I'm more appreciative of the way he's handled the whole situation. Ben handled it like a bitch, right? Ben handled it like an absolute crybaby. I don't want to hear about gym videos, but that's what the Brooklyn Nets are doing. There are Brooklyn Nets people and Brooklyn Nets media talking about Ben and how great he is, what great shape he's in, how he's ready to take the floor. The guy's a bum. The guy is an absolute loser. The guy is a clown. And Joel definitely took a shot at it, as he should, because he had to carry that dead weight on his shoulders forever. I like the idea of keeping a unit together. And keep poking at it until you break the wall down. There will be a time where I put my hands up. And we are getting closer than ever before. Every season, we are one step closer to that. But I know in this league, to win a title, it starts with a talent like Joel. Whether it's Jokic, whether it's Steph, whether it's LeBron. And if you want to put LeBron, KD, Steph in their own little category, their own little world, on their own planet, and say others aren't there, and Jokic is in there too, and Embiid's just not. Okay, fine. But, I mean, every franchise would want a Joel Embiid. It starts there. Without that, you can completely take away any sort of potential chance to get to the Eastern Conference Final and to eventually win an NBA title. So I want to milk every ounce out of this. I'm thinking of a cow, like you're milking the cow. You're squeezing the juice. You're squeezing the lemons. You're just making sure that this Joel Embiid Sixers run, you don't say, we left a lot of meat on the bone. We left a lot on the table. I won't allow that. I'd rather the opposite. I could put my head down at night and sleep on my pillow knowing that if this does fail, I gave it every single second it deserved. And if you say, well, you're diminishing your assets because the longer you wait, it's not going to be as high, the return down the road. I'll live with it. I will live with it. This league runs off talent as good as Embiid, and I know you don't win when you sell that type of piece. Let me know how many times you get rid of that guy and what you get in return is luxurious, if that's even the word. I've seen the Charles Barkley trade go down. Do you want to revisit that? Just, it doesn't pan out that way majority of the time. The small portions and the small percentage you may think of, the risk, not worth the reward. I do believe the risk of running this thing back is worth the reward. And if the risk fails, I don't think it crumbles you as much as you may think it is if you are a hater of this plan.